What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today when I talk to you about SoFi, I want to give you an overview of everything that happened today with the latest analyst ratings, data points, and what Powell said. Everything that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi did manage to close in the green 1.62% despite this crazy abnormal sell-off that did happen first thing. That brought it down to $7.26. But it was able to fight back. So I want to go over everything. Right now, or I guess including during the trading day, 65 million shares were traded, 38 is the average. You did see a lot of transactions from the secondary market above $100,000. So institutions were paying attention to it. Not all of it was buys though. Some of it was clearly algorithmic trading, just piggybacking off of the optimism in the broader market, but you do see, for whatever reason, a lot of selling that happened first thing. So 2.58 million and quite a lot in general. So I think there is a very strong correlation between these entities, which once again are over $100,000 on the secondary market, and shorts. So if you do look at shorts, I'm going to go out of order what I normally do, but shorts increased 1.82 million shares net. 17.45% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 181.21 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 0.83 and then utilization 59.4. As you can kind of see from this teal line right here, so the intraday, so it's all in kind of GMT time, but essentially right here, so that's pre-market, they were relatively quiet, and then as soon as the market opened, they jumped the hell up. Roughly about 7 million shares. So you had 7 million shares increased straight out the gate, I guess. And so yeah, essentially whenever shorts increase, in case you guys do not know, that adds selling pressure. So all of that combined caused this to go down. And I think a lot of that was reacting to, for instance, a lot of crappy analyst ratings. So quickly popping over to IBKR. In the past, I've always stated, and I think everyone kind of knows this at this stage in the game, bullish ratings, nobody gives a shit about. It just gets brushed under the rug. Bearish ones, it is the front, it's the kind of front title. That's what everyone cares about. So you did have a couple negative ones. So $4 sell rating, Compass Point, Giuliano, who has a 63% success rating. So it's kind of weird that he does have that rating despite being very wrong so far with SoFi. You had a $6 sell, Morgan Stanley, Jeffrey, 53% success rating. You obviously had David. These show up as yesterday, but clearly in my video I even pointed out that nothing was showing up, so maybe there was just a lag or something. But there was 3 that came out yesterday, $9, $4, and of course David had to have given a rating, or else his life isn't worth existing. But 47% success rating, so kind of worse off than flipping a coin. And then you had also JP Morgan yesterday. So all in all, as a consensus of all the ratings, $8 is the kind of the estimate, and that does represent a 6.1% upside. So in my opinion, I think that these ratings are kind of timid rather than anything. You did have a nice $10 buy one, need him. Kyle is very optimistic. I think he's done a full analysis just on SoFi in the past on why it should be obviously double digits once again, huge growth and whatever. He does have a 52% success rating all in all. So that's the latest updates from analysts. In my opinion, I think that's, again, kind of just low, and just the market was focusing so much on the negatives. So once again, I don't know if there's a correlation between these and just over here shorts and just the entities that we're selling. I don't know if there's some correlation there or not. Hopefully someone has the tools that is able to look into that, but still I believe it is Q4, that's when the new SEC transparency rule is going to be kicked into force. So we will be able to find out who exactly is shorting, because right now through 13Fs, it's always kind of just gray, right? Because it's voluntary if someone wants to disclose their short position. So it's a flawed system all in all, but no actual news from SoFi itself, so relatively quiet, which rightfully so. Not many companies put out news the day after their earnings, but today there was Powell. And so Powell, he kind of shook the boat quite a lot in obviously multiple different ways. So when it came down to it, he did insinuate that there was going to be a rate cut in September. So as you can kind of see, there is a 89.6% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. But when asked about a 50 basis point cut, he said they're not even considering that right now. So it's this went down from, I think it was 15% now down to 10%. This is the likelihood of a 50 basis point cut. So the market still does feel that a 50 basis point is on the table, but by Powell kind of saying that's what caused a little bit more of a downtrend. I think that was more this pullback right here. So I don't know, Powell has a lot of power, and clearly it goes to show exactly what the market does truly want, and that is rate cuts. I think everyone knows that. Even during PayPal's recent earnings, they focused very much on rate cuts. Anthony Noto, during his last interview, said the exact same thing. So I think, yeah, honestly, rate cuts is the next big catalyst for the market. And clearly September 18th is what we can really look forward to. Powell did also bring up labor, so a lot of the kind of slowing data. And so he did say that he kind of just feels like it's a one-off, so it's nothing too really to worry about, but he's going to continue to monitor. So all in all, mixed feelings. But no matter what though, I think we're going to end up with a rate cut. So aside from all that fun stuff though, let's move over to options. Immense amount of volume was getting in, so 12 million in calls, 2.19 million in puts. 45% of all the options being done today were optimistic and bullish, and right here you do see these are the call options that were purchased. Tons at that $8, $8.50, so a lot of optimism when it comes down to that. Looking at the open interest though, you do see 26,000 at that $7 strike price, 41,000 at $7.50, and 100,000 at that $8. So for whatever reason, I don't know how, but if SoFi is able to get above $8 by come this Friday, damn, this is where shit is going to get very, very real. Very interesting. So again, just kind of watch for that. In the past though, we do see there's obviously a strong correlation with these strike prices and heavy manipulation. So just watch for shorts to be very active around that $8 and also $7.50 mark. So kind of just once again, stay tuned for that. And hopefully going into the next couple of days, you do see a continuation of nice buying from institutions. So again, just kind of stay tuned for that. Right now with it at 7.55 after hours, it is trading between this R2 and this R3. So just watch for 7.50 to hold going into tomorrow and the next couple of days. The biggest driving factors for the market in the next couple of days is going to be companies unveiling their earnings. So once again, kind of just watch for that. And then $7.97 is going to be that next strong resistance / target. And I think the market would have to have a lot of good momentum in order for it to break above this R3, because like I pointed out, there is 100,000 in open interest, and that equates to 10 million shares. Market makers would probably rather die than somehow cover that. So you're going to see that will be their line in the sand, that they will really make sure that SoFi does not break above. So once again, kind of just stay tuned for that. And then aside from all that fun jazz on the actual chart itself, you do see a lot of extreme volatility. And as I mentioned in previous videos, high volatile stocks are honestly a option trader's dream. So if you guys haven't already, just kind of research some options. I did do a dedicated Lucid video as I kind of mentioned in the past, where I go over just basic call options, how to buy and sell. Same goes for puts. So definitely I can once again put that in the description below for you guys to kind of listen to. And plus this upcoming weekend, I'm going to do a dedicated SoFi one, just going over some examples and how I actually do that with SoFi and how I sell puts, sell calls, just collect premiums. And then looking at stochastic though, moving on, you do see it at roughly about 59. So it is somewhat neutral, so not really overbought nor oversold. And then looking at momentum, you do see number of retail investors have been getting out over this last several days. So all in all, pretty interesting day. Anticipate a lot of volatility in the foreseeable future, especially with companies unveiling their earnings, a lot of manipulation. So I don't think nothing really new with SoFi, right? We're kind of used to the manipulation. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And give yourself a shout out. Did you guys dabble or try out options if you are new to them? And if so, what strike price and expiry date did you pick? And on a side note, have you been buying or have you been selling SoFi? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And with all that, appreciate all of you watching.